Good morning. I apologize for the shaky cam. Yeah, we got ourselves a nice mid-70s. Back up a little bit for you guys to get a better view. Johnny Deere 440 Series A. Line skidder. Tell you a little bit about them if I can. So they came with two trannies, synchro range, and a power shift. And this one's a synchro range, also known as a cycle range. So got a pretty standard John Deere winch on there. It's a 20,000 pound winch on a 10 or 12,000 pound machine. So if you're not careful, it will pull the machine in half and bust axles and stuff like that. So the older skidders had this kind of funky little ears on the blade. The newer ones had a big guard that went up and over the hydraulic rams there. Logs can get back in there and get stuck. It's kind of a pain. These ears were added. Not good at this whole walking around thing. So it's John Deere motors in them. It's 4329, I think is the model number. Non-turboed. The sort of the middle of the road B models had a turbo, so the 440B had a turbo in it. Some do, some don't. But motors can be found just about anywhere for these things. Tractors, a lot of air compressors. Actually, this one's out of an air compressor. Mid 80s, so it's got a little more horsepower than factory. Big old fat tires on them. Front diff on the synchro range is selectable between open and locked. The rear axle is spooled, essentially. Always on. Both rear tires are always spinning no matter what. Got two cylinders. One's a shock absorber. One's the actual hydraulic that turns it. Winch is PTO. It's live all the time. You can disengage it, but nobody ever does. Arguably the best flare lead in the industry. It's got that kind of bobbin shape to it. Anyhow, this one's missing the fenders, a log bumper. Thought about replacing it, never have. So, fun little machine. Pretty fun to drive. It's John Deere, so it will start right up. So, I'll pause this for a second. Here we are back in the driver's seat. It's kind of noisy getting up here, so got us a steering wheel, and these are kind of fun to drive. They basically, you gotta aim the hood and then pay attention. So blade control up, should probably adjust that one of these days. And then you got down. This one has a float option. Some do, some don't. Up is just a very, we'll talk about that later. Gloves, you need gloves, especially your hand and cable. Gauges on this thing do work. The fuel gauge is disconnected right now. So you can park and brake, your winch and brake here. Yeah, the spring in here goes bad on these. So this bit here spins off if you're lucky. If not, you gotta iron everything out and pull it out and do it that way. But that's beside the point. So the cycle range tranny, synchro range, you have basically, this is a 4-speed on this side. So it's first and third, second and fifth, fourth and seventh, sixth and eighth, something like that. I forget. This has been worn off for a couple years now. They used to say something, but I don't remember. And then up here is actually a park, but that's been blocked off since I bought it, and I've never needed it. Anyhow, on the other side you have all the way forward, low range. That's for pulling and pushing. And yeah, she's got plenty of power. And you got high range in the middle there. That's just for getting from point A to point B. It's not meant for pulling. We'll burn the clutch up and we'll break the neutral in the middle there, and then all the way down is reverse. There's another neutral there, but don't count on it. The reason they call them Cycle Rage is first gear is too slow. Third gear is not fast enough. Second gear's pretty good, but fourth gear's still too slow. And then fourth gear, it's too fast. And seventh gear is still too fast. So you're always switching. You're supposed to be able to leave this in one and just switch between low and high. And yeah, it don't work. So down below you got a clutch. Should be able to stand. It should take quite a bit of force to push that down. If it don't, you got the wrong pressure plate in there. Over here we got foot brake and foot throttle. Up top, this little guy here is a hand throttle. So best thing to do is set that about 3/4 in the RPM range and just leave it. You know, messing around with foot throttle just screws everything up. Start burning more fuel than it's worth. Anyhow, a little lever down here. Man, it's way down there. That's your PTO disengage and engage. Like I said, most people leave it on. So, yeah. Oh, and over here on the other side of the seat, you got your winch control. That's free spool and it detents back. That's a brake. And then that's winch in. Then Sheila will let it go. It'll stop. Mine's a little bit stiff right now. I should probably oil it up. Well, it's not on either. But so that's for winching in. You let go and she stops. It's free spool. You run out and you drag cable out, hook your chokers up. And then she locks. Pretty simple. So, anyhow, y'all didn't see the key. Well, that's really hard to do. You got lights? Oh, there we go. So, this thing has tried to run me over trying to start it. So never start these things while you're standing beside them. That's why. Anyhow.